Well, that's it. The summer is now officially all over. The Tilton Talk Show is back on. Sports Radio has had a server upgrade. No broadcasting to you in near CD quality. And we're now podcasting on Spreaker. Blues pre-season, 5 wins out of 5. Loads of players in that we've never heard of as Lee Clark assembles his Bosman Blues. First game away to Middlesbrough and Blues roll over as 1,044 Blue Noses journey north to see a 2-0 defeat. We're still owned by the same regime. No change and no change on the horizon. Just another close season as a Birmingham City fan.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the Blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the Blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Well, I was hoping for a buoyant show tonight, but no, the Blues let us down again the weekend. What can you say? It's great to be back on a Monday night. I've enjoyed the summer a little bit, but it's nice to be back amongst friends. Okay, in tonight we've got Gabriel. I almost forgot everybody's name, to be honest with you.
Good evening, you right, Nick?
Yeah, good, you?
Yeah.
What have you been up to in the summer?
I've been working just quite a bit on this new website that I'm writing.
Okay, and name it. Name and shame it.
The Football Lab.
The Football Lab. Check it out, people.
Yes.
Ollie, greetings, mate. Good to see you again.
Hi, guys. Yeah.
You well?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Marvellous. What have you been up to?
Playing loads of cricket.
Playing cricket.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Not the most enjoyable things for some people in there, I'm sure.
No, it's not for me. Not my sport.
None of me.
Each their own. Listen, you know.
Each their own. Yeah.
Chris Owen. You've took the dog out.
Well, he's right behind me.
Oh, he's right behind you. He's after the biscuits, though.
He's after the biscuits.
Biscuits and cakes. And cakes. They've gone now because the dog's in.
We've hidden them, haven't we?
And what about yourself, Chris? What have you been up to?
Loads and loads of stuff, mainly music orientated.
Yeah, there's been loads going on. I've been seeing it all popping up on the book.
Yeah, we've done a few gigs, loads of interviews, and we've got loads of shows and whatever. But yeah, it's been interesting.
Super smashing great. Well, as for me, I've had a bit of a rest. Well, no, I never rested, but I'm always doing something 24/7. And popped over to France for a few days.
As you do.
Yeah, played the Tilton Talk Show theme tune all the way down there, to be honest with you.
Well done.
So they all learned a bit of it. Okay, so as I say, we wanted a buoyant show tonight, but
it's not, is it? Somber?
No, we were a little bit quiet in the green room, weren't we?
Well, it is green, actually. Yeah, we were a bit, weren't we?
And in studio also tonight, we've got a monstrous new Hollywood monster sign for Sports Radio. It's absolutely looking stunning.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
Nice one, isn't it?
Extra special thanks to Tim for that one. Tim Andrews of Hollywood Monster, of course.
Yeah.
And
Do you know what it is?
Sorry?
It's a sign of good things to come.
Is it?
Is it?
Do you not get the pun?
No.
Sign of good things to come. It's a big sign. No.
A big sign.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
wasted
No,
on you guys.
It's
wasted
well,
on you guys.
your talent's probably wasted. But I don't think any of us are feeling optimistic still at the minute. I mean, look at the state we're still in. You know, I mean, there's Lee Clark, and then I do hate the Lee Clark out brigade sometimes because like the bloke's got no money. He's having to assemble players from anywhere he can possibly scratch them from, and however, they should never have rolled over like that on Saturday. Listening to it was quite painful. Ollie, I believe you went.
Yeah.
Tell us about your day.
Well, other than the game, it was an alright day. As I said to you earlier about the sweet shop, every ground in the country should have a sweet shop.
Should have
by
a
the
sweet
ground.
shop.
Yeah.
Right, okay. These are one of these mobile sweetie things, are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why should they?
Everyone wants something sweet at the game, just something to
It's
eat.
traditional to have a burger or a sausage in it.
Yeah, but I've got sweet too, so...
Whereas I haven't, you see. I did actually eat some jelly babies on the way down here. Not that anybody's remotely interested, but there you go. So, come on then, tell us about the game.
Well, a lot of people were quite negative about it, but I think there were a couple of positive things to take out of it. Like for the 2 goals, for example, I know the defending wasn't great, but it's things that will get better as the season goes on. I think because the team will gel as the season goes on, we'll be better at set pieces.
Yep.
So, like, the reason that we conceded was David Edgar didn't keep to his man, and that's the reason he had a free header. But the more time that the players have together...
I was listening predominantly on Twitter, but then he did it again a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, every header Ayala from a set piece, he was every time he was free. And then with the other one, that clearance, 99 times out of 100, you clear it. It was just unfortunate it took, went straight to the feet of the striker, and then it's 2-0, game over, because we didn't have anything going forward, really.
What do you make of Donaldson being on the bench?
Well, he was ill in the week,
Right,
and that's
okay.
why he wasn't playing, which is fair enough, I guess. You don't want someone that's not 100% fit for the first game of the season. But, yeah, Wes Thomas really didn't show what he should be able to do.
And yeah, you'd expect more of him, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, but he did well, like holding the ball up and getting in behind. But in front of goal, getting into the box, he just wasn't doing it.
It says an awful lot though when over 90 minutes you get beat 2-0. You don't even have a shot on target, not one. That's worrying.
Yeah, well, I think I was talking to Chris earlier, and he picked up on something that I think the standard of opponents we've played in pre-season friendlies has been very poor.
Well, they might as well have played me, to be honest with you. And,
Yeah.
the sports radio team.
Um,
I don't know who picks them.
Yeah, but I think we could have done with playing maybe to start off with a few sort of lesser teams, but then towards the end having a game against a team of a higher standard.
Yeah.
I don't think we were fully prepared for this game from the type of things I've heard.
I suppose there's got to be, like you say, a lot of gelling going on over the next few games. But how many games have we got to give it? We're in a situation where we were top of the league the other day. Okay, nobody got any points, but alphabetically we were top of the league, and now we're third from bottom already. One game in, it's not inspiring at the minute. But it's one game, right? It was always going to be a hard one to call, that one anyway. Whatever, because they're a good team, Borough.
Yeah, they're going to do well this season.
And maybe it was a justified result. Maybe I'm just stuttering a little bit here because maybe it was the kick up the backside that they needed early, very early on, to turn around and say, well, that can't happen, that can't happen, that can't happen, or, But what did Donaldson look like when he came on?
Again, he didn't really do much. The game was pretty much over. I think everyone on the pitch sort of knew it because we didn't have any real shots in the game. And every time we looked like we were going to go forward, Middlesbrough just counter-attacked. They got the ball back quite easily, and thanks to Randolph, it wasn't 4 or 5.
Man of the match, it says a lot when your goalkeeper's man of the match as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But
we're only 3 points off top of the league.
We are. I love it. I love it.
Promotion party in May.
I'm loving your optimism.
We're also joint bottom, so
well,
gotta
trust him, mate, to put one on it.
There's always one in there.
Oh dear. Okay, so Blues have acquired David Davis from Wolverhampton Wanderers today. Undisclosed fee, thought probably to be around $1 million mark, 2 million, something like that, maybe. We've got loads of money. So David Davis really sort of like halfway through last season lost his way at Wolves a little bit and never really clawed back in and didn't fit in as part of Kenny Jackett's plans, and now he's sitting pretty as a Birmingham City player in the role that Tom Adeyemi kindly departed us for. I'm sure that probably upset the team plans and everything for the weekend as well.
Yeah,
you know, leaving at that kind of notice. Well, I'll come back to him in a minute. I want to be positive.
But I think it's always been a problem under Lee Clark. One of the main problems is we've not had that kind of protection in midfield, and I think Tom Adeyemi leaving did make me worry, just because he provides that physical presence that no one else.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's supposed to be quite a physical lad, Davis. Don't know a great deal about him yet. You know, I've been at work all day, so I haven't had a great deal of time to sort of do the research. But picked up 8 yellow cards last season, so he's going to muscle in there a little bit.
More cards than I got at Christmas, that.
Ollie's on form, and he's on form.
Oh, good
Write that one down.
Call that shining wit.
On a card.
So picking up 8 yellows, so that's just under. If we played 17 times, it's just under one every other game then.
That's a bit like Robinson then, isn't it?
Yeah, perhaps that's what we need in midfield. You know what I mean? You need a muscle man. You need somebody who goes, oh, I ain't having you, mate. I'm just going to get stuck in. That's it.
Well, I think Edgar was put in midfield to do that role on Saturday, but I don't think he did it particularly well. He was run ragged for most of the game, so hopefully someone to take his place on next Saturday would be a good idea, really.
I think for me, if we've got a combative midfield player in there, I don't mind them picking up the odd yellow card. I mean, I remember when Arsenal were the Invincible season, I think Patrick Vieira was one of the most booked players. But I think if you've got a midfielder who's not afraid of a challenge, literally, not metaphorically, then that compensates for the occasional booking.
Occasional?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, okay, well, the only thing we can do is sit pretty and wait and see, to be perfectly honest. Whether he'll feature in tomorrow night's game against Cambridge in the Capital One Cup, I don't know. We'll find that out in due course, but let's hope he does fill that gap, and let's hope it's at least something promising that we can claw onto, because we ain't got a lot at the minute. And I know we're only one game in, but I'm talking about the club in general, not just Saturday's game. Okay, I was expecting, and I think probably everybody else was expecting, some kind of movement as far as the club sale goes, but it's gone very, very, very deathly quiet again. Are we going to be sitting here at the end of the season with the same owners, do you think?
Is this not our third season?
It is, Chris.
On the same subject?
It is, Chris.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yes. Answer my question then, Chris.
I can't answer it.
Do you think we're going to be sitting here this time at the end of the football season with the same owners?
Yes.
Yes, I do too.
I hope not.
I know you hope not, but what do you think?
Well, I'm not involved, am I, with the takeover, so, what am I supposed to say?
The way things are going, do you think that we will still be held by the same regime as we are currently?
Probably not.
Probably not.
If you had to put your money on it.
If I had to put my money on it, I think I'd say yes, we will have the same owners.
What a depressing thought.
Mm-hmm.
We like cheering our listeners up, don't we?
Yeah. And of course, we have still got the same owners in all but name.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. Now, somebody gave me a little bit of a war on Twitter the other day, and I don't usually enter into these things, but I just answered a simple question about Blues and relegation and this, that and the other, and this guy came up saying that our club is corrupt. No, our football club isn't corrupt. All right, the football club isn't corrupt. The owner's in prison, So by default, the owner's corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The football club isn't corrupt, and the people that work generally at the football club isn't corrupt. And I just didn't like the way he was on, so I thought I'd just have my little ranty moment there. Come on, Stoke Saturday. Come on, Stoke on Saturday. That's all I'm having. Hey, get the pubs up my end full of cheery faces on Saturday night. They'll all be out.
Getting cheery faces up there.
Only when Stoke beat the Villa. So let's hope it's a cheery Saturday on Saturday. So it's great to have the banter back. I could see the social networks just starting to light up, over the last few days about about rip taking, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good, and it's going to be a hard season for them, I believe, as well. So
yeah, it's going to be a hard season, really.
Midlands football in the doldrums once again. However, Tom Adeyemi then, what's your thoughts, Gabriel, on the way he managed his leave?
Well, there's obviously been a lot of anger about it, but to be honest, I don't really share that. I think Cardiff, they're a team with more money, more ambition, a better standard of players around him. I don't think he's handled the situation badly. I think he's got every right to hand in a transfer request, and we've got to move on.
Yeah, that's a sad fact of football. I do know. Yes, I appreciate that, but it was just how close it was after all the training and the plans and everything being put together. So, do you think then the football transfer window should shut 1 week prior to the season starting?
Yes,
that would be a good idea. Yeah. And then at least your plans are made, and that's it. Well, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks before the start of the football season, they close the football window.
Yeah.
What could harm that? And then your team then until the January window. Oh God, here it comes.
Just thinking back, Blue Harbour said, switching my
greetings to Blue Harbour.
Blue Harbour says Carson won't be there end of season. He'll still be incarcerated. Everybody's on form tonight. Aren't they? Very good. Like that one, Blue Harbour. Well, we're going to pinch that one. And Capo says Carson will be owned by BIHL, whoever owns it at the end of the season. Nobody knows who the shareholders for the club are, so God knows. Typical Blues.
Typical mess. What does annoy me is that he did come very close to buying B6s up there.
How unlucky for us.
Damn it. But what a crazy situation, and the Football League, and they just seem to rumble on and nothing. So it's only Birmingham City, don't worry about them.
Where has all this leaking come out regarding sales and that? It seems to have came out at the time when we needed season ticket sales.
Exactly at the time when we needed season ticket sales.
I'm not saying it's a conspiracy or anything, but it just seems very strange.
Slightly coincidental.
Yeah.
But no, it's gone very quiet, and I was checking out the stocks and shares of BIHL, and there's no movement. There's nothing.
I thought you were going to buy some.
Yeah, I will, Chris, with your money.
That's fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
God, that 10 to 8. Where's the first 20 minutes gone already?
Yeah.
So don't know. It just physically depresses me every single day of the week that we're still 3 years down the line in this situation.
Yeah.
And nothing on the horizon whatsoever. Anything else on the shout box?
Capo just said he meant that the Blues will be owned. I don't know what
Or be owned on Saturday by Brighton.
Yeah.
No, it might look though. It'll all change now next week, and I've got it completely wrong again. But I would like it to happen. So.
And just going way back, Blue Harbour. Sorry, I missed it. Blue Harbour says regarding the game against Middlesbrough, saying that it was all negatives. There was no shots on goal. Did they have one shot?
No, not one shot
on target. No.
Oh right, okay.
Not one shot on target on Saturday.
That's bad, isn't it?
Well, that's away, and our away form last year was far superior to our own form. So let's hope that doesn't continue.
And Caddice was on the bench. Did he come on at all?
No, Caddice didn't. No.
See this. I know. Again,
Clark scares me sometimes.
Well, there's the guy that saved our skins last season, right?
That's the guy who put us in that position in the first place as well.
Minutes into that very last football game of the Football League season, there's a guy that saved our skins, and he sat him on a bench.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Well, I think that's a tactical decision. He's got every right to do that.
And you can't just put someone in the team for sentimental reasons either.
On the first day of the season, you do.
No, I can't
Yeah.
agree with that. I think if he didn't think Caddis was the right man to play, then he shouldn't play him.
So, who played in Caddis's place then?
Well, Eardley was right back, and
Right.
then the centre midfielders were Gleeson and Edgar.
Right. Okay.
Edgar didn't have a good game, nor did Eardley either, so
So,
he should have maybe come on.
well then, a lot of people have knocked Lee Clark over team selection, yeah, and he was getting hammered again on Saturday over team selection. All right. Didn't know that Donaldson was ill at that time, so that's acceptable, perfectly acceptable. If the guy's not very well, he can't play. Nothing wrong with Caddis. The guy that saved our football championship status didn't even bring him on. Didn't even start him. Didn't even bring him on. I don't know. Look, it's for all of us to question these things. You know, put a counter argument. I don't care. It's, you know.
But I just don't understand why it would have been better, if Clark didn't think Caddis was going to do a good job, then it seems strange to put him on just because he scored an equaliser at Bolton. I mean, that's in the past. I think you've got to look forward and try and make the right decisions now.
Psychologically then, right, there's I know there's only 1,044 Birmingham City fans that travelled up there for the game. 1,044, I think that's right, yeah. But there was 1,044 of them there who would have probably liked to have seen the guy that saved their butts last year walk out at the start of that football game.
But Clark knows the team better than we do. He's had a month with them before the season started, so you'd like to think that he'd know the team better than what we do.
Middlesbrough 2, Birmingham City 0.
Well, that's a different argument. I mean,
Not
the
a
fact
shot on
that we,
target.
well, the fact that we lost. Okay, you can question the team selection there, but I would never argue to play Paul Caddis solely because he scored the equaliser at Bolton.
Any reactions coming on this, Chris, or not?
Well, you say that. Capo
I
seems.
love it.
Capo seems to think there's some sort of like something going on between Clark and Caddis.
Well, we've had all this with loads of different players before, though, haven't we? So I don't know.
Clark isn't that stupid to leave him on the bench, and Caddis is the right man. He's the strongest right back we have, and he isn't even a right back.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That he is the best right back, but he's not been played in his best position, which is right back.
Can I just briefly talk about the pre-seasons
Yes,
and what people's thoughts are on these pre-season friendlies that we had?
Again, you looked at the lineup, and you're thinking, well, there's not a lot to chew at there, is there?
No.
Not a lot of. I mean, it's like Oli said earlier. Play 3, and then play 2 decent ones at the end. Up your rate of fitness and your expectation levels and this, that, and the other. And I don't know. We just seem to be playing Kidderminster every year, don't we?
That's right.
Huh?
Yeah, and the mighty Forest Green.
Somebody from Ireland.
Yeah.
No, we could have perhaps set up a Club Bruges one this year. Why not? Why couldn't we have done that? Why couldn't we have done
I
that?
think they started their season earlier than us because they were in the Europa League.
Right.
So
Okay.
it would have been difficult to have it just before our season started, like you said, about playing the stronger teams towards the end.
But we've been playing pre-seasons now. What, for 5 weeks? Have we? 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the Belgian season starts. So
I think it started last week.
right. So we could have had one 5 weeks ago. We could have had one 5 weeks ago, and there's and everybody will remember that night. That night, just 90 minutes of pure song. It was just brilliant. A great night out, brilliant experience. And why couldn't we do that? Surely not down to just finance, is it? That we can't bring a team over from Belgium. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't. I get lost in all of this sometimes. Chris has got his headphones on again, so he's not. That's all right. I wasn't even talking to you.
That's okay.
Oh dear.
It's just because we've upgraded the servers, the sound is so
It's quality.
people can hear. I can hear people rustling in the pockets and everything.
Oh right. Okay.
So just keep still.
Keep still in. Right. Okay. Out there in the App Store or wherever you get your apps from, on your phones and on your devices, is a new application called Blues Hive. If you've heard of it and you've got it, well done. If you haven't, get to your App Store, download it, because it is absolutely brilliant and it skins the website. It absolutely skins the website. I can't stand how they've formatted those the football websites, and I know it's the same across the board for every club, managed by one company, and I think it's awful. But yeah, Blues Hive, Hive. Get it downloaded onto your phone and have a tinker with it, and it's pretty good. You got it?
Yeah.
You got it?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
No, I've tried, but I haven't got nothing
You've
on my
got
phone.
a storage space on your phone, have you, Chris? Yeah.
4 songs and stuff. Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah.
Porn.
But it looks good too, and I'm sure Mr. Walker will be promoting it loads. So yeah.
And the best thing about it is that because when you're in the stadium, say at half time, it's quite difficult to get on the internet. I'm not sure if you've
It's
had that
impossible.
problem.
I've never got on.
Well, it makes that like so much easier because I used it on Saturday to check the other scores of the games, and straight away it came up with all the scores.
But that was at Borough though, wasn't it? Not
yeah,
Blues.
but still, there's 18,000 people there. It would have been difficult to get on the internet still. But yeah, just so easy. And for instance, my dad's not too great with some of the names of the players, so there's a section on that where you can actually click on the players and who they are, which, especially if you're not knowing who the players are this season, you're not going to you can just see where they're from and all that sort of stuff.
Although, I suppose the one problem with this could be that will it make the programmes slightly less useful? Because I think a lot of people, certainly for pre-season games, or if they can't, not got the eyesight to see players' names on their shirts, they're not going to actually be, they're going to get a programme. So I suppose that might be one.
I think football programmes will probably become a thing of the past eventually.
Yes, I think you're right there. Yeah, it will.
What am I going to do with the hundreds in my cupboard then?
Thousands of them, mate. Thousands of them. Okay, so on the Blues Hive, you've got all the details about the match day, which is live scores, the league table, the current match, any commentary that's going on, which is a good thing. And the Blues section, which has news, results, fixtures, players, and partners. A social section where you can post to Twitter or post to the wall, and a settings section where you can edit your account, etc., etc., etc. But it actually looks good. It's blue and white as well, which is nice. Proper blue. Okay, talking about the new kits then. What do you reckon to the this year's Zap Pay Go new kit designs?
I like them, but I've seen them before, if you know what I mean. The one we've got at the moment, the home one, it's the same as our training kit last year, but with Cabrini on it. The away one is the same as the one when we got promoted in 2008, 2009, same as that away one. And the third kit is the same as the one that Oldham had last year as their away kit.
Oh, perhaps we borrowed it.
Yeah, well, can't afford a new kit, so have you got any knockoffs that we can have?
I'm not sure whether I like the red at all, to be honest with you. Not at Birmingham. For me, it's just not. It should be blue, and the away kit used to be yellow. Yellow, or that was it for me.
Yeah. Why can it be white?
Why do you have to have 3?
Well, we didn't use a third kit one year. We brought a third kit out and we didn't use it under Houghton. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They had to give everyone vouchers for the next season for the kits to apologise.
Oh, don't you just love Birmingham City, eh?
Typical Blues,
love it. Love it.
I can't even get that right.
No, oh dear. What a bit of strange news the other day. Karen Brady, what's been going on with her?
Isn't she about to become a milady?
Oh, yeah.
Milady.
That's what all they're about. This world's gone mad. It's gone crazy, honestly. Oh dear.
There's a few ex-Blues players that will laugh at that, won't they?
No. You're live on air with Sports Radio Birmingham.
Just saying.
8 o'clock. Have we got our friend Capo on tonight?
He's going to be coming in a bit.
Okie dokie, yeah. So we'll have a little catch up with him.
Yeah.
And right, tomorrow's game then, Cambridge at home, Capital One Cup, or the Carling Cup as we know it as.
It's Carling Cup because we won it when it was the Carling Cup.
The Carling Cup. It is.
It will always be the Carling Cup.
It is, and it always will be. Now, I can only imagine that Lee Clark doesn't want an embarrassing situation on his hands tomorrow night, so I can imagine him fielding what we would call a relatively strong side.
I think I'd have to agree with that. I think for me, it's a potential banana skin game. I think Cambridge just come up from the conference. They won their first game against Plymouth, who I think are one of the better teams in in League Two. So they're going to be on a bit of a high. And I think, from what I'd heard about our performance at Middlesbrough, we have to up our game. So, I'm not that confident that we'll win. We'll brush them aside.
There'll be no brushing aside. Look, this is an opportunity for Cambridge to progress in a cup competition, and they're going to want that. They're going to be hungry for it.
Finances as well.
And I do think, like you say, it's a potential banana skin, and we've got to be very, 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 very careful, because if losing that game, your confidence is going to be low, right? And your first time out at St Andrews, where we traditionally haven't done very well over the last 12 months. Eek.
Well, I think we've got a pretty strong side if you use the players that didn't start on Saturday. I was thinking
all of them.
on the way. If you go, say, Doyle in goal, Caddis at right back, Packwood and Gunning centre backs, Hancock's left
Jonathan
back.
Spector should be available, by the way.
Yeah, Jonathan Spector in midfield with Duffy and Cottrell, say, on the wings. Trying to think who I was going to say for the other centre mid. It's gone. Brown, that's it. And then up front, Donaldson and Thomas. I'd say that's a pretty strong side to be playing against them.
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of Reece Bryan in central midfield myself. I'm just not sure that he's really got the discipline to play in a midfield duo. I don't think he's strong enough. I think, for me, I think he's better in the hole or playing a bit more off the cuff when he's got the licence to sort of get forward more.
Yeah, well, maybe you could swap Thomas, because he's played the whole game he played on Saturday. You could bring one of the centre mids in, play 5 in midfield. Right.
Well, we ain't going to know the team obviously till late tomorrow afternoon, early evening.
Can I just say, Blue George just said, who would have thought we'd be worried about Cambridge?
Well, this is the situation that we're in. This is, and I'm not being funny. Had we have performed at least on Saturday, right? I personally would feel a whole lot better about the thing. Yeah, but the performance was apparently dire. That's not me saying that. That's everybody that was there saying it. 1,044 people venting their spleen on social networks, etc., etc. And also, the media and the press that were there at the same time. So it just makes me feel. It does make me feel very nervous about tomorrow night's game. Are you going to go, Ollie?
Yeah, I'm going.
You're going, Gabriel?
Yeah, I'll be going to that one.
Christopher?
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
It's £8 to get in apparently, so that's a good deal.
That's good, yeah.
And my son texted me earlier saying it was £1 for kids, but you're saying it's £4 for children.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Could be £1.
Yeah,
it's somewhere.
£4 seems a strange number.
I think he gets in on the student one, so yeah, it's £1 for children. I think. Then I'll check it out on the Googly in a minute, and £4 for your concessions, like your students and your pensioners and the like. So. At least I've kept the prices down for it, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Had it been £20, I don't think you'd have had 8,000. Not
You
even
have an
that.
empty stadium.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a big crowd anyway.
Well, I'm trying to get me boys together tomorrow and get a car full down. So there'll be at least 2 of us.
Oh, right, okay.
At least 2 of us, if not 4. Just depends on whether the other lads are working or not. So we'll come down for that then, and. I'm going to give this team the eye over because I've never heard of half the names, to be honest with you.
Well, if we lose tomorrow, the headline should be University Challenged. Right.
What's he doing?
What's he on?
Why aren't you a comedy writer?
No,
Because of that joke.
Guesses on the attendance, says Blue George. Also says they haven't got a sweet shop, so soddy.
They haven't got a what, sorry?
Sweet shop.
I wouldn't want a sweet shop outside the football ground. No way. So, attendance guess then. Right, let's do this. I'm going to have to make a form, Chris, that we fill in every week.
Yeah.
And then at least we've got it and, it's all neat and nice.
Yeah, just have a spreadsheet stuck on the wall.
Attendance against Cambridge.
Well, I'm going to go for... some good guesses here. I'm going to go for...
Bear in mind those prices.
6,800.
6,800.
Yeah. Blue George says 9.
Ollie.
Well, I know Cambridge are bringing just over 1,000, so I'll go.
He's done his research, this one, anyway.
8,642.
How many people live in Cambridge?
8,642.
42. They come in on the bikes.
On the shout box, who's that they said?
Blue George says 9. Capo said 6-ish.
Blue George, 9,000. Capo 6. 6-ish. Gabriel?
Yeah, I'll go with Blue George and say 9,000.
9,000. I'm going to be controversial.
Come on.
I'm just typing it all in. I'm going to go for 10,560.
You got no chance.
10,560 tomorrow night at St Andrews.
Blue Hobber says 8981.
Ooh.
Exactly.
8981. Okay, and then the scores.
I'll tell you what, if
Chris.
somebody gets the score right and the attendance right within 100,
Yeah.
What the
they
score?
can have a prize.
What if we win 100-0?
No, I mean the attendance.
The score right.
Score correct.
We have got some nice prizes to give away this
Yeah,
year.
we've got
Yeah,
prizes,
okay,
yeah.
there's a deal then.
The score correct
Yeah.
and the attendance within, say, 100 either way.
Right, okay. So
Okay.
100 either way on the attendance.
Yeah.
And the score correct, you bag yourself a
prize.
prize.
You get a prize.
Okay, then Chris, yours is just for fun.
I'm going to go for 3-0 Blues.
3-0 Blues.
Yeah.
Ollie,
Same as my attendance one, but to 0. It's okay.
what's that?
I'll go 2-0.
2-0. And has Blue George replied yet?
Blue George, Blues to win 2-1.
2-1.
Capo 3-2.
3-2. Gabriel.
I'm going to say 1-1 in normal time and Blues to win in extra time.
What score? Final score?
3-1.
Extra time 3-1. That's something everybody else didn't consider the extra time, did they? Yeah?
Blue Hobber said Blues
Actually,
to win on penalties.
Well, could I say 3-1?
It doesn't matter about the extra time.
Yeah,
because
right,
it's what the final score is anyway. So,
All right.
but I'll leave it there just for reference for next week. I'm going to go for 4-0 to the Blues. And Hobbs,
He's gone for Blues to win on penalties.
or what score though? It's a definite
I
score.
thought
Definite
it
score.
was in the air, okay.
Definite score. I'll wait for him to come back on that.
Wait for him to come back, yeah.
Yeah.
I can just say the show is rebroadcasted tomorrow as well, 6 to 8. So you might be able
Go
to hear most of it before you.
Tell everybody, then, Chris.
Yeah.
Go on, tell everybody.
The show is broadcasted again tomorrow from 6 to 8, and then after that it'll be podcasted.
It'll be
So
6
you
till
guys-
9:30. 6 till 8:30, won't it? 90 minutes. 6 till 8. It's 120 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. Well done.
It's all right.
I had to think about
That's why I
that.
have a
as well,
business degree.
90 minutes. Yeah. 90 minutes, an hour and a half.
So 6 till
6 till 7:30. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right, let's have a come back with a definite score.
No.
Score.
Oh, he's got 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah.
Right. 0-0 after extra time and penalties.
And that's 90 minutes.
And with the score 8-9, 8-1 or something. Yeah.
And we won't have a shot on target as well, probably.
Oh dear.
You can have my card if it's all that.
Listen. It's at home. Surely it's got to be better, hasn't it? It's got to be.
You're talking
I bet
about Birmingham City.
That's making a rattle on the desk, isn't it? So
That's where the noise is.
it's my bracelet every time I lift it. That's better. Look, I can move around now. So 4-0. What do you reckon? I am a fool.
A little bit.
Oh dear. And okay, first game of the coming season then is Brighton on Saturday. Brighton and Hove Albion at St Andrews. There'll be normal prices for that game. That's going to be a toughie as well, boys.
Well, if we don't win, then it's the longest someone's ever gone without winning at home in the Football League.
Really?
And that's like over 100 years.
Do you know we're also the only team not to win a game during the reign of 3 different popes? There's another.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Do you remember back in the late 80s when that pope got popularised or whatever they call it, and then he died a few weeks later, a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, that's right.
So we didn't win at the end of the reign of the one pope, the whole reign of another pope, and the beginning of the reign of another pope. How about that? Nobody else has done that one either. There are lots of interesting facts about Birmingham City. We'll have to dig a load out for next week, I think. Lots of quirky facts.
Would you like to hear another one?
Yeah, go for it.
Last season, we scored more substitute goals in the league than anyone else.
Really?
15.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Well, I reckon Makeda got a lot of those.
Lost out on them, didn't we?
Scary to think that that's probably about a third of our goals as well, almost, from last season.
Yeah. Ah, come on! It can't be the same this year. It can't be. It can't be.
Of
Chris, it can't be.
It can't be.
Anyway, we're going to have some music right now.
Yeah, we're back in about 7 minutes or so.
Where do you go?
fortune till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues.
Yeah, that previous track was a pretty good one. That was the Carl and Milton Collective and Hiding in the Shadows. I quite like that, Chris.
Yes, good. Yeah. She's actually featured one of the featured tracks on a show we're doing tomorrow, which is songs that we've had sent in to us.
Okay, so she's unsigned at the minute?
Yeah.
Unsigned.
So I've got 90 minutes of tracks that people have sent in.
Okay, if anybody knows of any musicians out there that want to send music in for our music project, then you're very, very welcome to do so.
Sure.
Send them in either to Chris or to Gab or to the show itself, and we'll get your unsigned tunes live played on air.
Sure will.
Sure will.
Talking of somebody on air, I think we've got somebody on air now.
Greetings, Capo!
Hello.
Are you going to have a game tomorrow, mate?
I might be. I don't know yet. I'm going to speak to my brother, see what he's doing.
Alright, I ain't doubted you for a while, kid.
He got nothing.
That was really funny. Chris just fell over the carpet in the studio and nearly went through the door.
Place to put a carpet, that was.
What, on the floor? Right, kiddo, what you been up to?
Well, I've been chilling for a bit whilst the World Cup was on, just enjoying the World Cup. Nothing really interesting on it, to be honest. And then I had an event to organise, so I've been organising that event, frantically trying to get everything ready, and there's 2 weeks to go till it, so...
2 weeks to go what?
To the event.
And what is the event?
It's called the Cycling for Harry Homecoming Party, so it's at the Sedgemere Social Club on the 25th of August, which is a bank holiday Monday. And the riders are riding home that day, so they're on a 4-day bike ride. One team are going from Glasgow to Birmingham, one team are going from Cornwall to Birmingham, so they're all coming back on that day. We're going to have live music from Leo Goldenchild, the Glamophones and Reaction. We've also got some face painting stalls, bouncy castles, hot and cold food, obviously the music, and it's all hosted by me and John Morgan, part of Sports Radio Birmingham, so good advertisement for us too.
Excellent, that's on the 25th.
25th of August, yeah.
I believe there's an advertisement as well, isn't there, somewhere around by...
There is,
in Five Ways
on
Island?
Five Ways Island. Five Ways Island, there's a big LED sign for it, and our logo is on there as well, so...
Cracking.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, well done.
Can you, do you get down that way much, Capo?
Not much, no. I'm round in Rowley Regis at the moment.
Either of you guys get down that way? Five Ways, no? No, okay. Well, I'd like a photograph of it, to be honest with you.
There's some on Facebook.
Can you tag me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like,
Can you tag Nicky on the photographs?
Yeah, I'll put it on the shout box as well in a bit. So.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
And,
well done on those as well. Some good designs.
Yeah.
All done by Capo.
Yeah.
All organised by Capo. Well done.
Hey, top lad. And yes, Capo, yes, is the answer to your question you posed to me earlier. I think it would be a brilliant idea.
Okay. I'll see what I can do for that then.
Nice one. What we're going to do is get Sports Radio on Snapchat so that we can take pictures and get...
Oh, right, I still don't understand Snapchat. So.
You wouldn't, Chris, you're old.
No, I can't. No. I'm just getting grips to Twitter.
Okay, so just remind us where and when again this event's taking place, Cap.
It's at the Sedgemere Social Club on Sedgemere Road, B26 2AX, and that's on the bank holiday Monday, 1pm till 5pm.
Brilliant. I hope it goes well for you, matey, I tell you.
Thank you very much, and I hope the weather is alright.
Don't worry about the weather.
There's nothing
The weather will
worse than a festival with rain.
The weather will take care of itself. This is England, mate.
Don't worry about it, mate.
But what else have you got on the horizon, dude? Anything?
Well, the new Midlands Football Roundup season starts. We've got a new format. Me and Gabriel did a show the other week, and it went really well.
Good.
Something happened with the MP3 and the computer web bus, so that podcast is still trying to be received to try and get out, but I don't think it's going to be doing that anytime soon. But it starts again this week, and then we've got vlogcast coming up in the next couple of weeks. Got some exciting interviews with a YouTuber who has 2 million subscribers on YouTube, so hopefully we can get an interview with him.
Brill. Smashing.
Fantastic.
All good.
So yeah.
It's all good.
Busy boy then, lad.
He's very busy boy. Very busy boy.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you can get down the game tomorrow, mate. It'd be nice to say hello to you and catch up, dude.
I'll wear my helmet.
No, you're getting bigger now. I can hit you anymore. There'll come a day when you belt me back, and I'm fragile.
Okay.
Nice one, Capo.
All right, Capo,
Thanks very much.
you keep up the good work, my friend. You're doing absolutely astounding stuff with that, mate.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right,
very
yeah.
much.
Bye.
Take it easy, buddy. See you next week. Chat next week.
Right.
Well, to tell you what, he's an inspirational lad, isn't he? Bless him.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
Yeah.
And very talented.
Almost as talented as you, Chris. You've got it.
Exactly.
You're actually sticking your telephone to the microphone with duct tape. With duct tape. It's a man thing. Duct tape is a man thing. Duct tape and wire ties and WD-40. Man can't live without them.
Yeah, no, I saw the decals, the display at Five Ways Island. I was gobsmacked, and it's all been designed by
And they're all
Little Capo.
illuminated and LED.
Yeah. If you're coming from Hagley Road,
Yeah.
you know, when you come from the Hagley Road end and you're going towards town, so you don't go on the left hand side and down you go down the underpants. You'll see it all lit up there.
Oh, brill. Be nice to get a video of it.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody? Any clever chat box coming through?
Now we're talking about your friend Zigic.
We are, yeah. Listen back to the show that we did just prior to the end of last season, and you'll hear me say that Zigic will leave on the very last day of the month. Part of his contract was the fact that he got an extra month's pay because he left on that day. Hero or villain?
Hero for me.
Oh, definitely. I think he's certainly been someone that divides opinion, but I think after making such an impact in the game against Bolton, I think he's got to be a hero.
But then, what about the games that he just didn't show up in, and we wouldn't have been in that position?
I think that's unfair. I think the rest of the team didn't show up on a lot of that time.
Look, don't get me wrong, he'll always be a hero for me. Excuse me. In that one respect, but I've always got this sour taste in my mouth about the guy.
Well, technically he kind of scored 2 goals in the last game. I think that it went over the line before Cadiz put it in, so he scored 2 goals to keep us up.
It was Cadiz that was credited with the goal. That's it. That's written into statute now. That's done. You can't go back on that one.
Okay, well he got a goal and assist then.
He got a goal and assist. Okay.
And scored in the Carling Cup final.
Anything on the chat box about it? Come on. There must be some opinion coming through.
Blue Hobber says hero. Blue George says his goal ratio was 1 in 4, probably one of the best at the club.
I think he's been sarcastic though.
Yeah, I think ironically. But yeah, no, that's all the comments. But I think after what he did at Bolton on the final day.
Well, it's not just that, is it? It's the West Ham game as well. The price and scoring at Wembley as well. So hero in that respect, but just I don't know. There's always something nagging at me in the back of my mind when I hear his name. Don't know.
But it would have been a lot worse if we'd have got relegated though. Cause
it certainly would. Yeah, I totally agree. And but you never know. Somebody else could have been in that position and scored 3.
Yeah.
So but the situation is, yes, he got some very important goals at the right moment, but there's no way should we have ever been in that situation anyway. Not.
But I think it would be harsh to blame all that on.
I don't blame it all. No, certainly don't blame it all on him. Certainly don't blame all that on him. All I'm saying is that maybe 70 grand or however much he was on a week. Took an extra month's money. That's another 200. However many £1,000 out of the club just for sitting on his bum doing nothing. Great life.
And he scored against the Villa, said George.
I know all of that, but there's just something about him, Chris, that leaves me with just a little bit of bad feeling. I do know why, because I've just sort of stated it, but
Zigic or Savage?
Shabba. Oh no, you're doing it to me now. Oh, God, I can't decide on that one. Savage was a...
Savage?
No.
Is this in terms of who you remember most fondly, or who was the best player? Or?
I think he means who was the best.
Or who would you rather have in your team?
Who would you rather have in your team? More likely, yeah.
I think for me, it's no question. I'd rather have Robbie Savage in my
Savage
team.
was a fighter, wasn't he? He was a terrier.
Yeah.
Whereas Zigic would either show up and, like you say, pop the really important goals in, or no show, complete no show. Whereas Savage always get stuck in, and that Savage Dion Dublin incident will always stay very dear to me.
Yeah. It rates alongside the gesture by Mr. Carr, doesn't it? Blue Harbour says, who was the last team Blues beat on the opening day of the season?
Oh my.
Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Kevin Phillips last minute.
Yes.
Yeah, quick as that.
Yeah. We all said that together as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you know we could do a sports radio barbershop harmony? Why are you laughing?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay, yeah. So GA ain't with us tonight. So we've got Oli filling in. Gabriel filling in, and GA's slot, looking at the messages coming through.
But he's forgotten, hasn't he?
He's forgotten all about it.
Completely.
Yeah.
GA actually, he's coming. He's messaged me to say he'll be back next week,
Bless him.
and good luck with the show tonight.
Thank you very much. Okie dokie.
Yes, it was that long ago. Blue Joy says, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Sure. So what season was that?
0809.
Yeah.
Really? That was a long time.
We just keep busting records, don't we? You know, all the crazy records. We do it all the time. Oh, new shirt. We've got a new shirt, Chris.
We've got a new shirt because
Yes.
the last one has gone to our friend Mr. Glover.
For his
A friend
charity.
of for his charity.
Nice one.
And we've got a new shirt that's going to be signed by everybody that comes in. And we'll give it away to charity at the end of the season.
Cracking. Have we got a programme list this week that we can ring out for us? Let everybody know, look what's going on.
Have we got a box?
We usually have a programme list that's...
No, not at the moment, no.
Alright,
I'll
okay.
get one
We'll
sorted
get more
next week,
organised for next week then, shall we? Okay, so start of the Premier League on Saturday. Are we interested?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think I am.
Oh dear, you're not old school, are you though? Huh?
Political correctness, that's what's crept in on football, isn't it?
Is undisclosed that guy to Manchester City today? He's gone there for mega millions, isn't he?
Who's that?
I can't remember.
Mangala.
yeah.
I thought they'd already signed him.
No.
Well, I think they accidentally said yesterday that they had signed him. You know,
Right.
Language barrier with Pellegrini, and he said that he'd signed. So I think they had to say he'd signed today.
Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. Okay, going to our lovely ladies. The Blues ladies sitting pretty at the top of the WSL, despite the fact that everybody predicted them to get relegated. There they are, sat on the top, 17 points and 7 games played, 17 points.
Yeah, Chelsea are playing 9.
That's what we want.
I've not looked, but what sort of gates are they getting? Do we know?
I'll have a look in a second, Chris.
Yeah.
Also got to say congratulations for the international call-ups for Karen Carney and Jade Moore. They've both been included in the women's squad for the World Cup qualifier against Wales. That's doable, isn't it? Got to do.
And I do believe that there were three Blues ladies in the under-20s. Was it World Cup?
Yeah.
World
Did you
Cup?
see the goal that England
No,
scored
I
in
didn't.
that?
No, I didn't see that.
It's a great goal. If anyone's on YouTube or anything, check it out.
On my ladies' football.
Yeah, for England and France as well. They scored one about a week ago.
I've seen that one. Yeah, that was a cracker. So Birmingham City ladies 7 played, 17 points. That's a great score. Chelsea ladies just behind that on 9 played, with 17 points, and then come Liverpool 9 played, 15 points. So if the girls can keep up the trend that they've got at the minute, then it's there for the taking.
Well, the manager said last week that if they were to win the league, it'd be one of the great underdog stories of sport. And well, when they've got one of the lowest budgets in the league, it's not wrong, is it?
No, nice guy, the manager as well. All right, nice. All right. Okay, of course they're also sponsored by our good friends Hollywood Monster, and keeping in with tradition with their big sign. What you done with the other one?
We've still got it. I believe our friend Capo's going to have that one for his dues.
For his dues?
For his dues, yeah. I can also say there's a few more banners on our site now as well. There's because we're in conjunction now with Ex-Pro, who are ex-professionals, footballers,
right, yeah.
Who look after ex-professionals.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Protect.
A bit like the Licensed Victuallers Association.
That's right.
Beer holders.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Protect. We've got Protect, which is the campaign for children's privacy.
Yeah.
We've got B1%. We've got another one that you're not going to like, but there we go.
That's it.
You have, yeah.
Sorry.
You have as well.
We've got avillafan.com. We've got Super Josh's charity.
Has he paid to put that on?
I can't disclose. I'm not disclosing anything.
I can have the passwords.
We've got our friends Hollywood Monster, obviously. Cam's Cuddles. Image Cleaning, brilliant they are. Brilliant, fantastic. And Birmingham Unsigned, who look after unsigned musicians and artists. And there's still room for a few more if anybody wants to put one on.
If I can just flag up, Blue George has made a comment saying, what does everyone think of Lee Clark, saying he thinks some of his players had stage fright at the Middlesbrough game.
He may well be right. You know, they're a squad that have been chucked together with, but they've had time to gel personally, in the background without us seeing, what goes on. It just might be that might be the case. It might be the case.
For God's sake, they're professional footballers.
Chris, come on, we all get nervous from time to time.
I think but there's nervous and there's getting paid £10,000 a week to not be nervous.
Can't imagine everybody been on.
And it's hardly Wembley, is it either?
Yeah. Crikey.
Perhaps I've been digging in the sweet store before they got there. But it might be an element of it. It might be an element of
Shouldn't
it.
be.
However, it's down to Lee Clark now to have those people back in on Sunday, I would have hoped, right? And do what he needs to do to them, because we've got Cambridge tomorrow night, right? Now, the swords will be out tomorrow night if we get beat against Cambridge. They absolutely will be. They won't just be daggers, they'll be swords, yeah? And the campaigners will be on full force if, heaven forbid, we don't win that game tomorrow night. And I can see, I don't know, I mean, what would you do? What would you replace him with? Who would come? Who would come?
Someone just desperate for a job, I think, rather than someone good enough.
Yeah.
I think you're probably looking at 3-4 games. I think if something hasn't happened,
I'll go for
in 4 games. I don't think he'll last 10 games. I don't think so.
Let's hope we don't break this record. Because I don't know. I do feel sorry for the guy though, because like
he's got he's got no money to play with, but
what can he do? And yet, the 8 campaign will be out there, and it's it just makes me mad.
It might be just a case of like he's had a go, he's had a try. Let somebody else have a go.
But I think given the resources, he could probably do the job.
Probably, yeah.
At the level that we're at, we're not talking.
I am surprised. I'm surprised he's still with us. I thought he might have left. I really did. I thought he was going to go.
But I'll tell you what I did like though. I loved his reaction at the end of that Bolton game when he jumped into the crowd and then he got back out and he was pointing. It's for you. It was for you.
Yeah.
And it was for you and for you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I'm hanging on to another £220,000.
I want to see that every game. Every single. I want to see him break his foot on the advertising audience every single match. That's what I want. That's what the kind of passion that I desire from a football manager. Right?
Yeah.
And
I love the Barry Fryness.
He was brilliant. Barry Fry was just God.
Just Barry Fry.
What a mad time that was, Chris.
On the coach on Saturday, they played the '95 final, against Carlisle.
Oh right, yeah.
And they were, how they did like an in-match interview with the managers during the game. And Barry Fry, like every 5 minutes, they asked him, "Oh, do you think you got a chance now? We haven't got a chance in this game anymore," and stuff like that. And then a couple of minutes later, Tate goes up and heads that golden goal first goal at Wembley,
First
wasn't
goal
it?
at yes, that was against Carlisle. Wasn't it?
I was there on that.
I was there on that day.
Yeah.
Because Tate had already scored the first golden goal against Swansea, I believe, in the very
Swansea.
first round.
Yeah.
At St Andrews. I was there for that one too. There you go, mate.
Yeah, it's good. History. Newton, McLeish,
History. Oh no.
Mark Robbins, all looking for a job.
No, not McLeish. No, he could never come back. He just not after that
Never
90 minutes.
say never.
Not after that 90 minutes of Barrackham he had when he bought Forest back. He wouldn't.
Never
he
say
wouldn't come
never.
back.
He was there on Saturday at the game.
Was
He
he?
was working for TalkSport, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
So
I think yes, it was a stupid thing for McLeish to do what he did, but I just
In
thought
response to what? Sorry.
it was it was the wrong thing for McLeish to do what he did, but I also think that football fans have short memories, and I know you said after the abuse he received when we played Nottingham Forest.
Listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah, but I also think if we won 4 of his first 5 games in charge, they'd be singing his name.
Of course I would.
They were, that's football
Fans are
fans for
fickle.
you.
Fans are
Absolutely,
fickle,
yeah.
yeah, of course they are.
So I wouldn't rule
I know
that
it's
out.
success now.
I know what you're saying is right, and I know that I probably would be too.
Yeah.
But having said that, I don't know. I want what we've got to work, and I would like what we've got to work, because I think there's plenty of potential in Lee Clark as a manager. But when you're scratching around the bottom of a dustbin to find a player, and I'm not being disrespectful to the players, I'm genuinely not. What do you expect them to be able to play like?
well, it's like you said about Bosman Blues.
Absolutely,
It's just
Bosman Blues.
looking in the an Asda or another shop.
Yeah.
Just looking in the discounting bit for the stuff that's out of date in a couple of days, rather than
Except we're in Diddles.
What an analogy that was.
McLeish should have been at Blues for years, apparently. Blue Harbour access.
Should have been. Yeah, he should have stayed, and we would financially still be in this position, though, wouldn't we? And would anybody want to stay under these circumstances? If you when you go to work and you get yourself into employment, and you find your company in dire financial circumstances, you want to do one straight away. You want to get out there and get yourself another job. That's a fact of life, right? But unfortunately, these footballers were paid tens upon tens upon tens of £1,000s a week. I know I keep harping on about it, but I hate it, right? To play a game of football. Yeah.
There's no doubt. McLeish could have been a Colt.
He would have been. I think he would have been. Yeah. He should never. What he should never have done was travelled across that A38.
Yeah.
He should have got on that A38.
When he did that, it became something that Riley called.
He should have got on the A38 and carried on out of town.
Yeah.
End of. Straight onto the M6 and go whichever way he wanted to. But he should never have crossed that divide and gone a bit further. That's and that's the one that I don't think he'd be all that forgiven for until they won the first 5 games.
It all happened together. Relegation, McLeish and Carson.
Oh, what? Sorry.
It all happened together. Relegation,
Yes.
McLeish and
Yeah.
Carson. Yeah.
All seemed to be conjoined, didn't it? Just after such a euphoric day on that February cold, rainy day down in North London.
Still playing now. Still playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I watch more at the moment. I watch more the Cadiz goal at the end of the season. Last season, I watched that so many times now.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just 4,000 supporters celebrating a draw like that. It's just incredible.
We shouldn't have been in that position.
Well, no, but we are where we are, Chris, and I'm afraid. I've got bad feelings that we are there again. I know we're 90 minutes in. I know there's 46 more games to play, 40 other games to play.
I saw Mr. Barton predicted us to...
Who, sorry?
Mr. Barton.
Mr. Barton.
Joey Barton.
Yeah, predict us to come last.
No, it wasn't last. I think the Birmingham Mail
Was it
got it
24th?
wrong. No, it was. He said what his bottom 6 were going to be.
Oh, right.
It wasn't in any order, because the bit before that he did say that it was in any order for his top 6.
Yeah.
So I think the Birmingham Mail got it a little bit wrong. But
That's not
wrong, do they?
That's
The
not
age of the player, or-
crikey, yeah. I could have a real rant about Birmingham Alpha. I'm not going to. No,
rant, mate.
no, I'm not going to. No,
Do it.
no,
Do it.
no,
I'm
I'm not,
encouraging you.
no. I just think that They do like to flower things up a bit.
Well, they probably enjoy the other half of the city.
And get things wrong.
Yeah. Donaldson's age the other day, 33 they reported him as.
Yeah.
He's only 30.
I'll tell you something, I'm going to have a rant.
Go on then.
I was invited to a protest last week regarding the Birmingham Speedway. It was, and we were going to protest outside the ex-owner's office.
I did see it.
You saw it? Yeah. I got my picture in the paper. And it was all peaceful, organised. We stood there with the policeman, we had our photographs taken with him, had a good old laugh and whatever. The Birmingham Mail was saying that there were ugly scenes and things.
It's because you were the ugly scene.
Ugly scenes and and a fracas and all sorts of things. What the hell? Where were they?
How many people attended the meeting?
There was only, I think there was 11 of us, something like that.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
You're not talking about 5,000.
I mean, the pensioners, there were all pensioners, and there was maybe 2 or 3 youngsters like me.
Yeah?
But, I was just standing. We were all, where were the ugly scenes?
Have you been in touch with the police over this?
No.
Why not?
They're really nice.
I'm definitely going to see the police commissioner, whatever his name is.
No, not a police.
No, but the police policed that event.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
One policeman it was.
One policeman to 11 hooligans.
Yeah, hooligans. If you saw the pictures of us.
No, you're joking apart. I would take that up. I would absolutely slate the Birmingham Mail for it. I really would.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time, but there you go. That's why I would.
Who wrote the article?
I'm not going to say no.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's discoverable.
Yeah, of course there's yeah. But that's not the first time. That's why I read everything twice and then I think, was that true? Which bits are made up? There you go.
Bit naughty when they do that though, because like you say, if it's a peaceful protest, it's a peaceful protest. Especially if you're there attending it, it's a peaceful protest. And
it wasn't on. It was bad. It was really bad. I mean, it upsets a few people really. Yeah. So there you go.
Anyway, what else we got then, chap?
I bought the DVD. Anyone else? I must be talking about the Carling Cup.
Carling Cup.
No, talking about the Bolton game. Yeah.
Oh, right. They've got a DVD out
of it. Really?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't get one out of it, to be honest.
I'm getting hand signs from
some whining going on. It's great for radio, that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a DVD for the Bolton game.
You wouldn't.
It's a bit tin pot, isn't it, really? Because we stayed up.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No, it's not like we won a trophy or won the league.
We shouldn't be celebrating that. Crikey.
It's sad that we have to, though, isn't it?
It is,
That's about all we've got to celebrate now.
Yeah.
Is the last second of the football season.
Our success is avoiding failure.
I remember back in the 70s we stayed up and it was at St Andrews and we just avoided it, and there was another game going on. I can't remember which one it was. And you never saw them stand empty so quick onto that pitch. But again, it was all peaceful. There was no.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Back then, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can remember.
And I had a piece of turf. I pinched a piece of grass, and kept it in a matchbox, and I had it for years. Don't know where it's gone to.
I can remember the seasons where we used to do a lap of honour at the end of every season because we survived.
We're back there, Chris. We'll be doing it again this year.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing changes with Birmingham City, does it? Nothing changes.
Okay, going on to Saturday's game now then, gents. Brighton and Hove Albion coming down to St Andrews. Let's have some predictions for this one then, shall we?
I'm going to go for 2-0.
Are we doing attendance and prediction?
Go on then.
Yeah, go on then.
14,600.
Chris, 14,600 and 2-0 to
Brighton.
0-2.
Yeah.
Okay, Ollie.
Well, it's the right time to play them, I think. A new manager settling down still. Same with us, really. We've got to play them. It's probably the right time to play them rather than when they've gelled.
But they want to prove themselves as well, don't they? So it works either way, doesn't it?
I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
go. We got Davy Davies. We got Davy Davies.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 1-0. And
attendance first.
16,750.
75011. And Gabriel.
I'll go with 15,000, and I'm afraid I think we might lose 2-1.
1-2. I'm going to go 15, 7, 8, 9, and 1-1. Anybody else joining in?
Capo's gone 15,500.
15,500.
And 2-0 to Blues.
2-0.
Blue George has gone 13,500.
Ooh.
And 1-1.
2-0. Sorry.
1.
And George.
1-1.
13,500.
Mm-hmm.
With a 1-1.
And we got another one from Blue Hover as well.
Go for it.
16,675. Very precise with these predictions, aren't it? Isn't it? And he's going for
16,675.
And he's going for a 0-1.
0-1.
Is it me, or is there even more despondency, at the beginning of this season than last season?
I think it would have just been a completely different story had we won Saturday.
Yeah.
On the back of 5 wins. I know there are only minnow teams.
Yeah.
5 wins in pre-season, and then a win on Saturday, and I think we would have been looking at a different kind of optimism. But I just feel bad about the whole thing at the minute, Chris. I just genuinely do.
I didn't really expect the win
last week. I'm joking. I was rambling around the house singing songs, getting ready for coming up here and. Getting ready.
It took you that long?
I know I had to work on Saturday. You are.
It's took you that long?
Just doing your hair.
yeah. It does take long these days.
I was in the mood. I was ready. You know what I mean? Summer had gone, but I had a thunderstorm, and summer's cleared off now. And it was the time. It was the time.
No, it's a drawing in.
Yeah. Look at it. It's getting dark. And
Chris has got the beer in.
Like I said earlier, it wouldn't have bothered me so much if they'd have gone down fighting. Right, if they'd have gone out with a bit of passion and a bit of art, wouldn't have bothered me too much, right? Because we used to losing. We do it every week, yeah? But to go out and roll out and just be weak and feckless and not give those 1,044 supporters what they've come to see and pay good money to go and see again, and you were one of them, yeah? I think that it was just completely utterly out of order.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that Blues fans do like, is a team that fights to the end.
But we're still making a team though at the minute. I know. I see it both ways. I get angry.
But so is every other club.
I know. I'm not interested in them though.
It's true though.
Not quite as much as we are though.
No.
In all fairness, we've got a new lad started today. Is he going to feature the weekend? Is he going to feature tomorrow?
I think one of the comments today was somebody on Facebook said, should we be bringing in somebody else? We're not in 10.
I think this is the thing where I'd criticise Clark a bit, because I don't actually think we've got like a worse budget than Burnley had last season, but Clark just seems to love bringing loads of players in, and I think for me I'd rather we just had a small squad like Burnley did, and we can sort of develop a bit of team spirit and sort of they can learn to play alongside each other. So I just hope Clark sticks to a settled team. But if we're going to have,
he never has done though, has he? In fairness.
No. Well, that would be my criticism of him.
Yeah. For next week, would you do me a huge favour? Would you do some
depending
research?
On what it is?
Would you do me some research on Youth Academy and see who's coming through and at what level they might be at? Would you be able to do that?
It's on the Youth Academy.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah. There's usually somebody coming through.
Well, Gray, I heard Gray played quite well at Middlesbrough.
Well, I didn't get enough of the ball. I don't think for some reason they just weren't giving in the ball. When it's probably because George Friend, who's the left back for Middlesbrough, is quite a good player. So maybe they would have thought that it's best to play down the other wing.
What did their team look like?
Well, it's quite a lot of Spanish players in it, to be honest, because. The manager's Spanish and he's bringing in his own players that he knows well, like Kike that played up front. Yeah. So no one really in the Championship would have known who he was before Saturday. So.
But they look good.
Yeah, they'll be top 8 at least this season, I think.
Chris Wood as well.
Yeah,
he's going on. Is he going on? Wolves. Yeah.
Have they definitely made the move now? Have they gone?
They've gone for him. Yeah, I don't know if it's definite, but he would have been a nice
He'd have come.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got yeah. But it's a shame we didn't have the finance to have Chris was.
Well, in fairness, I do think we've got quite a lot of strikers at the moment because we've got Wes Thomas.
The one was going to hit the target.
Put it in the net, you know.
Fair point. Yeah.
Look, I think what we've got to do.
He didn't play, did he?
Johnson.
Yeah.
No, they think he'll only be under 21s player.
Right.
So I was listening to WM on the way, and I'm not sure who the pundit was. It was in, they do the thing at 6.
Yeah.
And he said that he spoke to someone that works in the academies with Celtic, and he said that he doesn't think he's good enough yet. But if you give him a chance towards the end of the season, give him a couple of games, he might do well in the future, but not going to be a regular starter yet.
Okay, as far as this Middlesbrough thing goes on, I know I'm grating on about it, but I think we've got to write it off. We ain't going to change anything. We've just got to go over it. Look forward to tomorrow night. I am nervous about tomorrow. Probably, I'm more nervous about tomorrow than I was about Saturday.
Yeah,
I think I am as well. Yeah,
and I don't know. The consequences could be dire. How did we manage to draw Bolton away again on the last game of the season? We went in last year.
We've played them away, last game of the season away quite a few times in the past as well. I know because I remember one time the season we got relegated. We were already down, and there was a guy who dressed up in some diving costume and went on the field. So we're going down, which was quite funny.
Would anybody have Roger Johnson back?
Yeah, Roger Johnson.
He's not done well, has he?
No. He's relegated every team he's been to, hasn't he?
Yeah,
no then. Roger the relegator.
Matt Green.
Matt Green, yeah. But we shouldn't. Well, we 3 years ago we won the Carling Cup. We're a Premier League team, and we're now sawdust as far as football is concerned. We are sawdust as far as football is concerned, and it rips my heart out. It really does.
It does. What I don't like is I was watching a thread on Facebook, and Middlesbrough. Blues fans are talking about Blues being a big team, and then this Middlesbrough fan pops up by saying, actually, we're a bigger team than you. And I thought, thanks a lot, actually.
We ain't no big team no more.
No, we're not. We're not a big team now.
3 years ago we was.
Yeah.
Well, look at Cardiff coming in for one of our best players. A few years ago they were nowhere near.
You know what it'll be in a couple of years' time. It'll be Kidderminster coming in for best players.
Yeah, that's right.
And pre-season.
Forest Green.
Forest Green.
Come back to
Why do we laugh at it? What?
We beat them.
It's serious business, you know what I mean? Why we just sit there and laugh at it? No. We can't do any more though, can we? We can't do any more. Right, Chris, tell us all about Spreaker.
Spreaker. Okay, Spreaker.
All right, I can't hear a bit there.
Spreaker.
I spelt it twice for you earlier, and you
said
I
wasn't listening. I don't listen.
With your headphones on.
I don't listen. Yeah. Well, if people who are on our webpage now, if they go to the top and click on Listen Again,
which you don't.
Click on Listen Again. All our podcasts, previous shows, will be in its own section there. So you'll have like sports shows, project shows, Biscuit Boy shows, sports radio broadcasts, specials and things like that. So, and all the last shows will be there. Easy as that. So they haven't got to go anywhere else. Just on our site.
Okay. Now, again, because I don't understand the software, can we still monitor how many downloads?
Of course we can.
Right.
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been doing this system for I think it's 5 weeks now.
Yeah.
And we've had 3,224, I believe.
So we're not on Podomatic anymore.
No, we're on.
Okay,
Spreaker,
so don't look for podcasts on Podomatic. Look from on the back end of the website, the top side. The top of the website, and go to Listen Again, and every time you click on that will get us another download, and obviously we want to hit that magic 100,000 again this season.
We should do it 3,236 so far.
Oh, that's a lot quicker as well to get the report, isn't
it?
Yeah, cool, excellent. Well, there we go.
Fantastic.
All but done. Apart from we've got 2 games now before we meet back here next Monday. Let's hope next Monday's mood is a little bit better than this Monday's mood. It's a shame because it took 3 or 4 months to meet you all again.
I know, yeah.
I feel like
I've been bouncing through there.
it's a good job you ain't got any Sharpies on the desk. I think I'd be hacking at myself, to be perfectly honest
We've
with
still
you.
got all the biscuits and cakes and
I've not even had a biscuit. How many times
I've
do
still got
I
half
moan?
my beer left.
How many times do I moan that the biscuit boys don't supply biscuits?
I know.
There they are, chocolate chip cookies and some kind of chocolate thing in a blue and white wrapper.
Yeah. Still got half the chocolates left, half the biscuits left. I've still got my beer.
You may as well have bought wasabi peas in for that, mightn't you, really?
Exactly.
Anyway, it's been good to talk to you this week. Thanks, Gabriel. Ever so much. Nice to see you again.
No worries.
Great to see you
Thanks.
two. How long are you with us for now, bud?
Till the end of September.
End of September,
Yeah.
which is where Mr. Brace will be back on the 21st of September with his...
No,
First.
1st of September.
1st of September with his rubber show. My apologies.
Yeah. Remind me again what you're studying.
Sports journalism.
Sports journalism, that's right.
That's this kind of stuff.
That's right, yeah. I knew it was something to do with this.
Okay, so there we are. There's not much more we can say now tonight, but I
Nope.
just hope to God that we have a performance tomorrow night, and then I think we'll be lucky to pick a great deal up on Saturday, but let's hope we do, and then come in next Monday with 2 wins under our belts.
Wouldn't that be nice?
2 St Andrews wins. That's as many as we had all last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey,
At home.
Let's do
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it. What are you going to play us out, Christopher?
Right, we're going to go out with Lads from Tilton, and we're going to play a new song from a band called Painted Sun,
Okay.
which is actually GA and me.
Oh,
There you go.
can you do me a recording soon?
Pardon?
Can you do me a recording?
Sure. Good night, everybody.
Listen, have a great week. See you down the St Andrews tomorrow night. Get there if you can. It's only £8. The only thing we can do is turn up and support. That's all we can do. So all I ask you to do. Good night. God bless. Take care. See you next week. See you, Ollie. See you, Gabriel. And see you, Chris.
Cheers, everyone. Good night.
Yeah.
Chop.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at